DNA of a prokaryotic cell is present inside the cytoplasm, it is dispersed. However, the DNA of a eukaryotic cell is present inside the nucleus. The genetic material of a prokaryotic cell consists of one primary chromosome and several plasmids. Plasmids are the extra circular DNAs. However, the eukaryotic cell has one double-stranded DNA. It is present in a helical form. The ribosome of a prokaryotic cell has two subunits, the 30S and 50S, that combine to form the 70S subunit, and the ribosome of a eukaryotic cell is 40S and 60S subunit that combine to form the 80S ribosome. A prokaryotic cell reproduces by binary fission, that is, one cell divides to form two cells. However, the eukaryotic cell reproduces by mitosis and meiosis. The locomotion of a prokaryotic cell is provided by flagella, hook, and a motor complex. Flagella are these long proteins, and the locomotion of a eukaryotic cell is provided by dynein and the plasma membrane. Dynein are the protein molecules that are arranged in specific pattern to provide the motility to the eukaryotic cell. Now we'll dive deep into the eukaryotic cells, that is, the plant cell and the animal cell. The plant and animal cell both have the common features of the eukaryotic cell, that is, they both have nucleus, membrane-bound organelles, they have a DNA inside the nucleus, one double-stranded DNA, the ribosome is 80S, they reproduce by mitosis and meiosis, and they have a plasma membrane. But they also differ in various aspects depending upon the environment and their function. The structures that are only present in an animal cell include vacuole, centrosome, lysosomes. These structures are absent in a plant cells, and the structures that are only present in the plant cells are large central vacuole, the chloroplast, amyloplast, and the cell wall. The vacuole in an animal cell are small and many in number. These vacuoles act as the storage structures. The lysosomes are the protective vesicles. They protect the animal cells from the unwanted structures and nutrients. Centrosomes play a role in reproduction, that is, they align to the edges of the cell during mitosis and meiosis and help to separate the DNA or the genetic material for the daughter cells. The vacuole of a plant cell is single, that is, one in number, and it is larger than the animal cell vacuole. Chloroplast is the substance that gives the green color to the plant cell. It also plays an important role in the photosynthesis. It contains all the organelles and the enzymes important in photosynthesis. Amyloplast is the storage organelle that store the starches produced by the plant cells. Cell wall is the outermost covering that provides the protection to the plant cells. When large amount of water is stored inside the vacuole, the cells swell, but the cell wall is a rigid structure and it does not allow the cell to burst. Hence, it maintains the integrity of the plant cell. The common structures of plant and animal cell include the cell membrane, the nucleus containing large central nucleolus, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the rough endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, Golgi vesicles, cytoplasm, mitochondria, and the ribosomes. We'll study the detailed structure and function of these organelles in the upcoming lectures. Now, to summarize, every living thing on the earth is made up of cell, but they differ from each other because they are made up of different types of cell, that is, the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell include bacteria, archaea, and cyanobacteria. The eukaryotic cell include animal, plants, and fungi. DNA, cytoplasm, ribosomes, and plasma membrane or the cell membrane are the common structures of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. These cells differ from each other in the nucleus, DNA, ribosomes, reproduction, and locomotion. The most important eukaryotic cells are animal cells and the plant cells. An animal cell contains many small vacuoles, centrosomes, and lysosomes, whereas plant cell contains large central vacuole, chloroplast, amyloplast, and cell wall. These are the structures that distinguish an animal cell from the plant cells. The common structures include mitochondria, rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, cytoplasm, nucleus, nucleolus, rough endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, Golgi vesicles, and the cell membrane.